Okay guys, Scott from Realistic Outdoors. I'm very excited because the day is finally here. It's fiberglass time. Stick around. I'm going to show you how to make a mess, maybe. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll show you some fiberglassing. Okay, well, I want a few things to do because it's been a few weeks. I've left this trailer. I've added a little bit more filler in some of the rough spots on the plywood on the surface, on the roof. So I just gotta go around, touch those up, give them a quick sand, give it a light rub, and then I'm going to wipe the entire thing down with some acetone. I want to make sure there's no grease or any kind of products left behind for whatever reason. Even though I've sanded it really well, I don't want to have any lack of bonding. I want to be as bondable as possible. So as soon as I do that and clear it off, and then I'm going to cut and get the glass ready for size. I may mark them depending on how many pieces I have to cut. And then I'm going to start mixing some epoxy. And am I nervous? Stay tuned, we'll see if I can screw that up. Hope not. Hey guys, I just want to point out one thing. I don't want to be responsible for anybody following this stuff, you know, word by word and then making mistakes. I've said this from the beginning. I profess I am not a carpenter, and I know zero. I shouldn't say know zero. I knew zero about fiberglassing. I've watched many YouTube videos. I've called a few people that I know. I have never done it. And so what I'm doing here in my nervousness is hoping that you'll reach out and just step out of your shell, give it a try, and hopefully it'll work for me. Otherwise, don't step out of your shell. But I just hopefully you'll learn from my mistakes and know that you'll never get it done unless you actually step outside that box. This box, to be in fact. So anyway, get back to doing it. Get doing. I'm procrastinating. This moment of nervousness brought to you by Caribou Beer. Enjoy refreshing Caribou. Okay, well, you may notice I'm doing a little bit of grinding. I got a flap disc out. I did a little test, and because this press board has, well, I don't think it's a waxy surface, but because it's pressed so hard, it has a very hard shiny surface which almost repelled water. It took a little while for my moisture test for it to penetrate, and I'm worried about the actual penetration of the epoxy. So I took a sample board and I put a little epoxy on it and one with quick sand on it, and it went straight into the one that was sanded, and it took a little while for the other one. So just as a precaution, I'm just going to take a flat disc around the outside before I cover it in acetone. You know, for the extra 45 minutes it's going to take me to do it, it's probably worth the effort and the result. Last thing you need is fiberglass separating. Two of the main fails in fiberglass, well, technically three, is first one is doing too big a corner. They don't like 90 degrees, so I've radiused all my edges because you'll get an air bubble that you'll be fighting with constantly. Second is it not penetrating. So people put on glass and just wet it out. The wood starts to penetrate, and then it sucks it in, separates it from the glass, and then you get an air bubble, and your fiberglass is separated from your actual wood. And the third one is there's stuff, chemicals or something left on the material that you're fiberglassing, and it wasn't a proper clean, so you don't get a proper penetration or a proper adhesion. So might as well take those three things and work with them. It seemed to be in every video that people had problems, so I'll avoid all three of them if possible. Anyway, that's where I'm at with that, if you're wondering why I was flap discing. Okay, so when you order your fiberglass, hi,
Hello.
it's my helper.
I'm here now.
Who cares? Magic. When you order your fiberglass, draw out the wood, measure each panel, and then measure the shortest method that you can roll your stuff out, your glass out, and get the greatest coverage without having a seam. So in this case, it's from the back, up, across the top, down, and down to the front. So we're just laying out the glass right now, and I hope I have enough, because that's getting pretty skinny and I got to do it 4 more times. Okay, so stay tuned. We're just gonna roll out some glass, get it all measured, and I'm gonna mark it up, and then get ready for tomorrow. Yeah, I know. That's the feeling I've been having for like a week and a half. I've been having these nightmares getting this ready. It's just been, yeah, still stressed. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, in case you're wondering while we're rolling it, I've watched on a bunch of videos that you get a fold in it, and then when you're trying to lay out or wet it out, that fold will lift and create a little air pocket, and then you'll need to go over it and pay special attention to it. And one of the special attention pieces, bring it in close, bring it in close, not that close. Ah! I still got a cover on it. This is
Oh, I thought the cover was meant to be there.
that's just protector. This is a must. Every video I've watched and every person I talk to, mostly if you're using the I can't remember what it's called. It's the it's all put together. It's not woven like this. It's just I'll think of it. I'll put the word at the bottom right there because I'll look it up by this time. So right here where this space is the name of that other stuff. It creates a lot of air pockets, and what this will do, and the benefit of it on even on weave, is it'll actually not only take the air pockets out, but it'll help raise a level of the resin up. And when you're using weave, that's really important because you don't want it to look like shreddies. This is like a close-up of what a shreddy looks like. Let's see if we can get a focus. There you go. So if your resin sucks into the wood because you didn't properly put a coat down first and let it absorb, and then you wet it out, it'll absorb into the wood and leave the top of your fiberglass bare. So that means 2 things. One is when you go to sand a fine coat, you're actually sanding your fiberglass off and not the resin. That's bad. Second is you have a texture, and the texture is hard to get rid of unless you put more resin. This little tool will actually push down and raise, take the arrow and raise the level of your... Is she mocking me?
No.
Leave in the comments if she's mocking me. It'll raise the level of your resin up, and then that way you'll have a nice smoother coat, and when you paint it and... Oh, I seen that. I see in the reflection here. Oh, I can see there too.
They can't. That doesn't exist.
Anyway, it'll be smoother, so when you paint it, it'll be a nicer finish. So that's why you're seeing us rolling the pieces up. We're measuring them, cutting them, and this is serious stuff. This is very serious business.
Okay.
She's grounded for another millennium.
Dang it.
Yeah, I know.
Not again.
That's 3 millenniums.
Dang it.
So anyway, that's why we're rolling it up, because it makes more sense to keep the folds out of it. Okay, so the prep is done. We've cut all the pieces, and yay, I calculated correctly. I have enough. Woohoo! Now, if I only calculated enough resin, I'll be a happy camper. Since I ordered this, the price of resin for a 3-pack of 2-to-1, which is 3 liters, was around $140, and now it's $180, so I hope I don't need any more. In my quest to keep this box under $1,500, and I'm there. I'm at about 1440, something like that. So when I finally calculate, I'm still gonna spend hoping to be $80 on aliphatic paint, and I'm gonna hand paint the graphics on. I'm not gonna put any vinyl on. So that would be it. Oh, and the rubber cement for the bottom, which I already purchased. It's part of the $1,500, so that cost me $120. So once I fiberglass this, and paint, I'm gonna coat the bottom and bring the bottom coat up 6 inches all the way around, and then have that adhere right to the fiberglass. Okay, so up early tomorrow and start mixing some resin, start heating my shop up. We're a little reprieve. We actually have record snowfall here in April, which is awesome. So last year this time I had 20-degree weather, so I had expected long before now to have this done. But it's still getting down to 0. I think tonight is -1. So tomorrow afternoon, we'll be cranking the shop up. I've got extra propane, which I didn't add into the $1,500, which I should, but I'm not going to. It's just a weather thing, but I just couldn't wait any longer. So I'm gonna say goodnight for now. I'm gonna start this again tomorrow, and we're gonna do some resin. I'm stoked. I guess I should find my respirator. I don't know if I have enough brain cells left or if I should just not worry about it. Yeah, I better find my respirator. Good call.